can turn you right over there in 2 passages in the gospel where he said, what you anxious about what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear, what you're going to drink? Why y'all doing that? And why y'all asking me about that? He even says it. I mean, what y'all doing asking me about food and water and clothing? What you doing asking me that? If you ain't got no kind of faith, you don't even look out there and see that the birds fly around all the time and they don't go to no job, they don't check in nowhere. And yet I feed them. If they eat, I feed them. And then you don't think I take care of the animals, I take care of plant life too. You just go out anywhere, look at the Led Valley and see the lilies just flowing in the wind. They just toiling. Who do you think feeds them? I do. Now, I made you in my likeness. I made you in my image. And here you are now watching me feed birds and animals and plant life. And now you don't think that you made in my image and my likeness, I can't feed you. You do have little faith. And yet, what do we spend most of our time talking to God about?
Things.
The very thing that he said, how are y'all doing like the Gentiles? That's what they do. Unbelievers do that. Why you waste time asking me about stuff that I'm already going to do for you? Because I'm God. That's why the verse 9 comes into play. Why don't you seek my agenda? And why don't you practice my righteousness? And I guarantee you, I'm going to give you what you're talking about, need more.
Amen.
But we're not there, are we? We still saying, Lord, I need a job. Who told you you had to work? I told you to be willing to work. I didn't tell you you had to work. I found that out when I was 18 months without a job. He showed me that too. Because he said, Marjorie, son, I didn't ever tell you you had to work. I told you you must be willing to work. It's a big difference in willing to work and having to work. Oh, y'all didn't hear me. Y'all gonna catch that on your way home. And oh, by the way, the reason why he was talking to me is because I'm a male. Because he said, if a man don't work, which means if he ain't willing to work, he ought not to be eating.
Amen.
I was willing to work, but God was showing me, but you don't have to work and I can take care of you. And guess what he did for 18 months? He took care of me. Now, do you think he tested my faith and extended me? Yeah, I went down to Judge Thomas at the Justice of the Peace right there on Polk Street, right up the street there. So they were talking about putting me out of my apartment. 7 times I went there, they brought me them eviction papers and they said, now if you don't pay him, sir, you're going to be out of here. I went down there to Judge Thomas Jones right there on Polk Street in the Justice of the Peace office, and he said, Mr. Marshall, you going to pay these people rent? I said, if the Lord is up in heaven, Judge, I trust he will meet my need. He said, well, if he don't, in 5 days, I'm putting you out. I said, yes, sir. 7 times. Not the same way. God paid my rent. And guess what he was telling me? I told you I didn't tell you you had to work. I told you you must be willing to work. Son, I can take care of you without you working. I need you to learn how to trust me and don't trust your job. And I said, Lord, is that what you're trying to show me? He said, I've been trying to show you for the last 18 months. You ain't got it yet. See, I got to renew your mind. Didn't you read what I showed you? I was trying to show you what I did for Elijah. I sent him down to Ahab's house. I'm the one who told him to tell Ahab it ain't going to rain. Elijah couldn't come up with that because he don't hold the rain in his hand and got it measured in the palms of his hand. He don't know that. I know that. And the rain is mine. I'm the one who pour snow and rice and ice and sleet and snow on the earth. I'm the one who do that. I got it in storehouse. And I know how much I got. So go down there Ahab, and tell Ahab, Elijah, that it ain't going to rain now for 3 weeks. He went down there, Ahab, it ain't going to rain. Ahab, I'm tired of you. I'm going to get you. You better. God said, listen, Elijah, you done did what I told you to do. Now go down there by the brook Cherith. And I need you to sit down right there. And listen to this. I've commanded a raven to bring you your food in the morning and in the evening. Did you hear me? God said, I've commanded a raven. Now, when you Jewish and you understand a raven was not a part of their dietary menu, now here it is, a raven gonna be bringing me my food. Y'all didn't hear me today. A raven is considered as a bird just like a catfish. Scavenger, go down to the bottom of the water and get the most vilest thing he can get and eat it. But we love catfish. The raven was the thing, the vilest bird that you can get, the message bird you'll ever get. It's the one who brought Elijah his food in the morning and in the evening, and he said, oh, by the way, I'm going to put you by the brook, so if you get thirsty, just go over there to the brook and get you some water, because I'm going to bring you your food. You don't have to do nothing. Then when the brook dried up, God said, now you need to get up, because the brook about dried up, you ain't going to have no water, even though the raven can still bring you your food. But guess what? I done changed your direction and your location. I need you to now go down to the widow Zarephath's house, because I've commanded her. See, we get all excited about the fact in the meal, but God said, first of all, go down to Zarephath. I've already commanded. Did you get me there? Right. He commanded the raven to bring him his food. Now he says, I've commanded the widow at Zarephath to give you some food. So it ain't all excited about what he said to her. Woman, before you make your cake, make me one, because he know God had already commanded her to give him something to eat before she eats. So she just do what God has already decided he won't done. And when she did what the prophet said, she got a blessing. And guess what the prophet said? As long as you give me something to eat first, your meal and your oil won't run out until this drought is over. He said, Alvin, don't you know if I did it for Elijah, I can take care of my own. But do you trust me? I live by it.
Will you break it down?